Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's 11 o'clock at night, and in just a few minutes.
No.
You're still awake?
No.
Sit over here, son, please. I will read to you The Law of Success by Paramahansa Yogananda. We're on page 10. Devote your entire willpower to mastering one thing at a time. Come on, get over here so I can whisper to you. Devote your entire willpower to mastering one thing at a time.
You know all the pillows are down there?
Yes. We need to fix it so the bed doesn't move on us. Devote your entire willpower to mastering one thing at a time. You continue.
Where are you?
The last two sentences, I think. Devote.
Do not scatter your energies, nor leave something half done to begin.
Come on, let's go to the bathroom.
Down.
Okay, just read that sentence. Come on.
To begin a new venture.
No, repeat it again in a full thought.
Do not scatter your energies, nor leave something half done to begin a new venture.
Alright, so I will finish with that table before I go fix a fence.
Can we just read this one like non-stop till the end?
Read this one until the bold, just that's... Yes. Title?
You can control your destiny.
Do a pause before the last word. I should be able to guess it.
Okay. Mind is the creator of everything. You should therefore guide it to create only good. If you cling to a certain thought with dynamic willpower, it finally... If you cling to a certain thought with dynamic willpower, it finally assumes a tangible, outward form. When you are able to employ your will always for constructive purposes, you become the controller of your
Destiny.
Nice. I have just mentioned 3 important ways to make your will dynamic. 1. Choose a simple task or an accomplishment that you have never mastered and determine to succeed with it. 2. Be sure you have chosen something constructive and feasible, then refuse to consider failure. 3. Concentrate on a single purpose, using all abilities and opportunities to forward it. But you should always be sure within the calm region of your inner self that what you want is right for you to have, and in accord with God's purposes. You can then use all the force of your will to accomplish your object, keeping your mind, however, centered on the thought of God, the source of all power and all
Goodness.
accomplishments.
Boom. What did you learn from this book
Well, we haven't finished it yet.
so far?
I learned that you can control your destiny. You could... Oh. Yeah, and I can control my destiny.
Maktub.
What?
Paulo Coelho wrote it in Arabic, I think it is. Maktub means it is written. It means that your life is already, you're living it now, but it's already been predestined.
I thought Maktub was like a speed force. Maktub.
Different spelling. Maktub,
Oh, Maktub.
M-A-K-T-U-K, I think. Or Matuk. That was in The Alchemist. My son, this could be an e-book. It's a very old book, so you're following my steps, my son. You keep focusing and you will be doing what I'm doing. Did you know that I rewrite ebooks? Remember when I used to block out one word and you had to read it?
Yeah.
I rewrite the letters of Joel Osteen. I just block out so when you read it, you'll be able to. But you see, some people in the past have discovered the same things that I have discovered. But it's taken me a long time. And I'm upset that people don't teach these things. Like you're in the now. But I always was interested in history and what was in the past and the pyramids and things like this. And now with these books, if you know certain things, there is no reason for you to be without money, correct? If your time is worth, how much is it worth at minimum wage now? Do you know? In the United States?
7.
7? Well, in Mexico, I saw a video that these gentlemen working all 8 hours or more, they make $10.
What?
10 US dollars. Alright? But everything is different. A chicken over there, a whole grain chicken, might be less than $10. Who knows? I'll have to see the price of a chicken in Mexico.
I went to New Mexico on a trip.
Mm-hmm. Did you just pass through?
Yeah. We ate there too.
So you saw people that live there. I think they have Indian reservations there. I don't know. I know Oklahoma is supposed to have some. What did they discover underneath it?
Noah's Ark?
No, not Noah's Ark. Underneath Oklahoma, they discovered oil.
Oh.
Whose land was it? It was the worst land given to the native people of the United States. But then 100 years later, that worthless land it had oil.
La niña está durmiendo. ¿Podés hacer eso a las 8 de la noche?
Perhaps tomorrow we might be able to do it earlier.
Si yo vengo mañana, pero yo tengo todas esas mierdas enfrente de la casa. Yo no voy a ir aquí hasta que la ponga. Y no me importa que esté llorando.
Let's talk after breakfast.
No, yo no voy after breakfast, ni after lunch, ni after dinner.
I love you, my son. Good night, my son. So, are you staying with me tomorrow?
No.
Well, we'll see. Thank you for helping me. I was doing the same thing. Martin Sosa. He's the father of, I think, 7 children. He used to work in a factory making armatures. Let's talk about it in a little bit, Anna. And then with those armatures, my son, the 14-year-old made $80. He was 2 years younger than me. And he could make $80. Whereas if I worked in the pizza place, I was earning $30 a night. A night. 9 hours or 8 hours. And he used to make $80 by making one armature. It would take him about 8 hours, I think. $80?
Making $30 every hour, that's less than $4 an hour.
It was $2.50 an hour, I think, when I first started working in the pizzeria. And then I found out that there are laws, but few people obey these laws. If you're tall, they'll take you for a job. But now, you gotta be 16 years old to get a job. Things like that. Back then, it was also the law. You had to be 16, but if you were tall enough, you could do it. But I worked too many hours. Well, I wasn't prepared for anything. I used to go to bed at 9 o'clock, and then you're up until 12, midnight, and you're sleepy, and then you gotta get up and it's cold in the morning. That's why Bob tells you to learn to fix computers, or he tells you to learn something so that you don't have to work with a shovel like he did. It would be wise to look up Carlos Slim and Future Learn, all of these websites, but get on it. Just like you have dinner every day, do the same thing. Alright? Learn to fix computers. I need to learn to fix lawnmowers. It's a $700 course from Penn Foster. But Carlos Slim might have it. I'll go take a look. Capacítate para el empleo is his website. It's in Spanish. God bless you and those that surround you. Good night, my friends.